So this is the second video in the great search for gold powder, or how to process your turmeric. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. I'm sorry, bear with me. Look, I've got to amuse myself as I do this or I'll go stir crazy. so just grin and bear it, folks. In our last adventure, we showed how you dig up the turmeric. You grow the turmeric, dig up and harvest the turmeric, and today we're gonna process it. So what we'll do is we'll in fact throw it all in this kitchen sink here. And using this brush, which also has detergent reservoir, there you can see, we're going to break all that turmeric right up, and then we're going to give it all a good old scrub, because as you can see, there's still plenty of dirt in there. Also want to get rid of all those hairy bits. So that's the plan. You can see there's a fair bit, well, 2 kilos of it pretty much, and I don't imagine this is going to be a lot of fun, but I'll show you various shorts. The reason you break it up is it just makes it so much easier to get to. And it's got to be, I'm going to grate it anyway, so doesn't have to break it up, does it? Here it all is in the sink. And I've started breaking little bits off, and we're just going to give that a dip, and we're just going to scrub. Obviously I'll do it two-handed, so I'll put the video down. Oh, that's my quail egg scissors. You use them to cut the top off a quail egg so you don't have to muck around too much breaking the shell, but that's another story. So you can see that's looking pretty clean. Now I'm not peeling it per se, but that little fellow is quite a stiff brush. And you can see what I'm showing you there is the debris. It does actually take loose skin and dirt off. But because it's got detergent in it, I'm also then just giving it a rinse. And then she's placed over here on the towel, and that'll be left dry for a couple of hours until I run it through the food processor with the grater attachment, because I ain't standing using a manual grater. So it took a couple of hours scrubbing, I gotta say. A lot of folks would say, why'd you bother? Why don't you just go and buy it? Well, because it's organic. I know it's not sprayed with anything, and when I get the turmeric powder, I'll know exactly what's in it, and that's turmeric. And nothing else. Now I did keep a few little bits, and that'll be stuff I'll clean up and use sort of fresh over the next couple of days. So the next step, what I've done so far is, that's the hard bit, folks. The good news is the hard bit is done. So all we're going to do now is we'll run this through a grating attachment on a food processor. She'll be done lickety-split, so to speak, and then we can start dehydrating it. Geez, all right. So it's the next day. I'm going to process it. Rosie's got up. She's beat me off the mark as usual. And she's manually trying to do it, which I reckon is going to be a slow old game. So I've come over here and I'm going to set this up and see if it works. Not convinced it will. There's the grating blade. But you've got to be in it to win it. Oh yeah. So it's not perfect, as you can see. But geez, it's quick. And it does a pretty darn good job. So that's how I'm going to do the rest. That took me, what, all of about 5 seconds? Unbelievable. So you can see how quick this goes. It just powers through it. See, there's quite a haul. Like that's a big food processor. I've got a lot of turmeric. So what we'll do is we'll spread it out on trays like this. And I'm just going to put it out in the sun. Got plenty of sun at the moment, so I do have a dehydrator. That's an air fryer, but it also works as a dehydrator. I think I'll try the old put it out in the sun method first, because that's free. Here we have the trays just sitting out in the sun. Probably should be spread, especially that one I did, The bigger one, it should be spread a lot thinner than that, but I'm going to let it have a preliminary dry first. It's actually surprisingly moist. So we've now spaced it out to 3 trays. So it's actually come up quite overcast. Not to worry, that'll give me an excuse to show you how to finish this off in the oven. So you can't probably, oh yeah, oh no, all you see is me. So I'll put it in, it's just on normal oven and at about 90 degrees. My oven, I know, runs probably a little bit colder, so it's probably about 80, anywhere around that 70, 80, 90 mark will be fine. That'll probably take, given that it's pretty dry now, I'd be surprised if it even takes an hour. So it's all dried. You can hear how scratchy and sort of dry that is. So now all we got to do is put it in the spice grinder and we're done. So it's all been dried. We're going to load up the little spice grinder. And I won't make you watch because it's noisy, but you'll see what you go. Looks like turmeric powder. Woo! Golden yellow. Which I was a bit worried about because that looks quite brown, but it certainly goes nice back to yellow, so that's good. I'll do all of this and I'll show you the end result. So how did we go at the end of the day? Well, that's a biggish jar. We got 3/4 of that. Then there's a normal size jar that is completely choco block. And then, oh, that's just a homemade beer. Sorry about that. Anyway, if you enjoyed watching how to harvest your own and process your own turmeric, feel free to hit the subscribe button and come along on other crazy antics. All right, folks, you have a good one, eh? Hooroo!